This week we're continuing in Hebrews 1 and going to spend a little more time looking at this Christ who is the one who stands above and over his church. The reformers leaned in to the doctrine of solas Christus, Christ alone. And so we've read verses 1 and 2 the last several days. Let's do it again. Why not? And then we'll pick up in verse 3 with the first phrase that's an added description of the character of Christ as prophet. Long ago, at many times and in many ways, God spoke to our fathers by the prophets. In these last days, he has spoken to us by his Son, whom he appointed the heir of all things, through whom also he created the world. And then here's our phrase. He is, and we get a third characteristic, the radiance of the glory of God. The radiance of the glory of God. This is powerful. Think of two texts with me in addition to this one this morning. John chapter 1, verse 14. And the Word became flesh and dwelt among us. Now, in the trappings of flesh, what was it that was beheld in Christ? And the Word became flesh and dwelt among us. The word there is dwelt is like tabernacled, put his temporary tent down among us. And we have seen his glory, as of the only Son from the Father, full of grace and truth. The emphasis in John 1 here is on the glorious representation of Jesus as he reflects the radiance of God the Father. Well, when did the disciples get a glimpse into this? You may recall. Listen to Matthew 17, first few verses. And after 6 days, Jesus took with him Peter and James and John his brother and led them up a high mountain by themselves. And he was transfigured before them, and his face shone like the sun. And his clothes became white as light, and behold, there appeared to them Moses and Elijah talking with him. And Peter said to Jesus, Lord, it's good that we are here. If you wish, I will make 3 tents here, one for you, one for Moses, and one for Elijah. He was still speaking, when behold, a bright cloud overshadowed them, and a voice from the cloud said, This is my beloved Son, with whom I'm well pleased. Listen to him. When the disciples heard this, they fell on their faces and were terrified. But Jesus came and touched them, saying, Rise and have no fear. And when they lifted up their eyes, they saw no one but Jesus only. That's Matthew 17, 1 through 8. He was transfigured before them. A voice came affirming his identity, and an exhortation followed to listen to him. They fell on their face. Why? Because of the glory that they beheld. He unbuttons the shirt and says, let me give you just a glimpse. Buttons it back up, and they go, oh my. The radiance of the glory of God. What's the application here? The application is worship God the Son. Today, I want you on this Monday to make it your mission to worship Jesus Christ. He is the radiance of the glory of God. Have a good day.